Hey guys, this is Harold Watkins coming back with another video. This video is demonstrating my mobile application called Automotive Tool Advisor. So, as some of you may know, I have extensive experience in the automotive industry, specifically in vehicle diagnostics, automotive cybersecurity, and reverse engineering. I worked for some major companies, just name a few, um, Autel, Opus IVS, just name a few. And during my journey, um, I also launched my own company, which I ran in New York, and also remote. So I covered um, a large portion of the online community remotely. I also had individual contracts with um, companies, with locksmith companies, companies like Goodyear and Firestone. During my journey, um, I came across one of the issues was a lot of companies didn't know what was the best tool to use for the job. Um, I dealt with, or I consulted a lot of companies and individuals that were either looking to get into the automotive industry or looking to upgrade their tool set or expand their company services. So I would get a lot of questions on what tool should I use to do this, what tool should I use to do that, and my personal opinion, things like that. So um, this was the basis for me developing this app right here, and I call it the Automotive Tool Advisor. I'm just going to go through it live. So on the first screen, it's going to ask you to choose the best diagnostic programming, ADOS or cybersecurity tool path for your role, vehicle budget, workflow, and work environment. So it's going to ask you, who are you? Are you a DIYer, general mechanic, diagnostician, ADOS technician, locksmith, mobile technician, small shop owner, or automotive cybersecurity learner? Um, and I'm just going to come from the aspect of a mobile technician slash diagnostician. This is where I've initially started to grow and learn about, you know, what tools was best for my budget, best for my environment, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to select mobile technician. I started out with a budget initially. It was probably under $300 when I first started. But when I started to get serious, my budget was on average probably about 1,000 to 3,000 as I grew. During that time, I started to have uh, move more into um, key programming. So my focus initially started with bidirectional control. I was doing a lot of circuit testing um, and vehicle programming, but then that quickly went into key programming. So I'm gonna select key programming for now. You do have an option to enter a VIN and to decode that VIN for more accuracy when you are picking your tools. But for right now, for demo purposes, I'm gonna just select gas. Right, and continue. Um, it's gonna ask you what matters most, easiest to learn, broadest, just name a few, best value. So at the time that I was building my business, building my company, um, yes, low cost um, was at the beginning, but low cost and easiest to learn. But then as I really got knee deep into it, I wanted a tool that can cover has the best coverage, you know. So I'm gonna pick that. And most of the work I was doing on my own. So asks is, how do you want to work? Either I want to do work myself, or I am okay with remote support when needed. I started out with doing the work myself. It wasn't a lot of support out there, remote support when I first started. So then it asks you choose your work environment. Even though my work environment was probably more real shops and billable work, um, I had the most growth in I want to say lab learning research type of environment, which in this particular time was either my garage or at the back of a shop. So I'm just gonna pick. I can pick either or, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna pick learning for research. And so based on those options right there, it's gonna give you the best match. And in this case, it gives you the top done, lets you know why. It also tells it gives you a fit score and a cyber score. Gives you the strengths, what to watch out for, some cyber notes, some advisor insights. In addition to that, you can click on official site. It would take you to the site. Let's back out of that. It will also give you a watch a video on the tool, right? So you would scroll through here and you can select this video. And then you can also save your recommendation and your recommendation be saved down here. But in addition to that, it will also give you a secondary option and a premium or alternative path also. But you can save a few. You can also start over, right? And it will also save your recommendation. So if we go like later down the line, I started to get heavy into keys, which drove me to automotive cybersecurity learning. And I started to put a little bit more money into that learning platform and getting different types of tools. So then we can stick into the cybersecurity space assessments. I'm going to pick EV, um, cybersecurity and network assessments. Uh, I'm a I'm a do it myself type of person. Uh, More research. A big portion of my career was research. Um, I would say about 80% of my career was around research, how to get uh, how to get a vehicle to not even a vehicle, but how to get a module to work in the vehicle that it wasn't fitted for. So I spent a lot of time with reading data, reverse engineering, and so I would lean towards more research, and then it gives you that path, explains why, and you can also save this also. It saves it as addition. It gives you alternative paths. Gives you um, website to look at to consider. Uh, this link isn't too good, but I'm sure if we go and we hit, that's better. Go to Google AI mode. It will find something that's relevant. All right. And with that said, just to give you some details on my app, this app basically combines API integration, local data storage, decision making logic. It is a complete working application, not just a demo. Speaking on data persistence, the app includes data persistent. Users can save results. Data remains after closing the app, makes the app practical for real world use. And speaking on APIs, the app includes VIN decoding using an external API. It identifies make, model, and year, which improves recommendation accuracy. And with that said, um, that concludes. So overall, this app demonstrates how development can solve a real world problem, particularly in the automotive industry. It's what it's focused on, obviously. Take care.